across the globe. Okay, so STEM, I think, is a great equalizer because we now have opportunities to learn coding and all kinds of aspects that used to require that you go to a university specifically and do particular things. And so I think STEM has allowed us to address a lot of social problems, a lot of professional problems collectively, but also the activities that are involved on how you learn how to participate in a STEM environment is just something that you can do across the globe. The use of Zoom in this session, for example, where we're all clicking in from different places and you can still be on the app on your phone, different things are an example of STEM in real time, right? It's a collective effort that allows us to stay connected and engaged. So that's maybe an expanded piece, but I think STEM makes the world a smaller place, but for good reasons. Particularly if you're looking to do what we all hear as the phrase startups, you'll want to kind of do first your own skill inventory. I think sometimes we think that we have to know coding, for example, a particular language, Python or something. We should know it from A to Z in order to say that, we're a STEM expert or something to that capacity. One, there's opportunities to learn, again, a lot of coding online for free, but you want to network with your classmates. If your school or your academy offers some STEM courses, you might want to go talk to some folks and that your classmates in other classes to see if they're interested. They may like the coding part of things, but maybe they don't really like to talk to people too much in terms of marketing and communication. So you can link up and build upon those strengths. But I think you have to know what your skill inventory are, be prepared to learn more than what you might know now through some easy coursework and things online that just takes up your time. But to reach out to classmates or people that you may not know but are in your school setting and see if you can connect with a common goal of creating something, an app, some other type of company or something to that effect. You may be really well versed and proficient at something, but the real creativity and innovation comes when you add other people, that diversity and inclusion piece. It may be that someone has some skill sets that can influence how you're doing things who don't look and talk and think exactly the way you do. And then with technology, the ability to be on WhatsApp or Zoom or anything to that capacity allows you to connect to people that you may not have had access to otherwise. But be encouraged to go talk to people who really do some things differently from you. They may be able to be that missing link that helps you take. That's a great question. So I started out, as we said at the beginning of this presentation, a long time ago, like a super long time ago in the 90s. And it probably was about 99% male and 1% women. That number has changed. So I'm talking more percentages than ratio. That number is probably closer to 97% male dominated in most fields related directly to STEM. That's going to be some of the sciences. More tech is a heavier piece. More women are entering some of the sciences and things like chemistry and biology. But those are fields that are still heavily male dominated. We are seeing changes. We're seeing more women across the globe enter into the educational parts of this and then graduate and continue on. But we have a lot of work to do worldwide to make STEM spaces places where women thrive. Okay, and it starts from you guys. It starts from how you're interacting with each other in classes. You might be taking a computer science class right now, and maybe it's 9 guys and one lady, one girl. So it starts with how do we get folks into junior high and high school. But the field is, in terms of STEM overall, it is still male dominated, but there's room to grow and there's been a lot of change. And I'm hopeful that your generation will make some of the biggest impact and move that we've seen in a really long time. Sure. Yeah, if you're in a class and it's heavily male dominated and there's some some girls in your class, reach out. That innovation comes again from some of the differences that we may have initially, that when you pull it all together, really can make some changes. And the one part that I'd like to really state is, some of you guys are thinking about, what do you want to do in terms of a college major or something to that effect, or what kind of business are you interested in opening? I would challenge you to think in the following way. What kind of problem do you want to solve? What problem specifically do you want to solve? If you can talk about that, brainstorm, think about what that is, the major, the research, the knowledge base and things that you'll need to pursue will fall in line. But really take some time now to think about, what problem do you want to solve? Because that can be a great guiding light in terms of what you should major in, and also keep you resilient for what can be a challenging path, which is the educational piece of things, more so than, I want to be an engineer. Really ask yourself, for example, why do you want to be an engineer, and what problem are you going to solve as an engineer, versus I want to be an engineer and see what comes to me. That's my thought. It's worked well for me and a number of people that I've mentored, is to really not focus so much on the title pieces, but again, what's the problem? And everybody in the whole world can solve not only a number of problems, but particularly a specific problem if we concentrate and get the educational pieces and experiences that we need to do that.